Hello my darlings, hope you're all doing well. Blush Lily here. Welcome to this reading where we're going to be taking a look whether you guys have already met your future spouse, whether you know this person, and anything else that's going to be coming through in this reading that you need to know at this particular time. So, option number 1, this one is for you. Option number 2, this is your heart. And option number 3, this one is for you. So, see which one you're most drawn to. Don't overthink it. If you do need a little bit more time to make your decision, pause the video, because we're going to go ahead and begin. My lovely option number 1. Hi and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy as I'm shuffling the cards. Say your name out louder in your head. Helps you connect to the energies of the reading a little bit better. So for your option, I'm going to be working with the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot. And let me take a look at what story it has for you. Have you already met your future spouse? Do you know this person? Do you think you know this person? Is it somebody new? What's happening? Tell me. Are you guys falling in love already? Are you in love at this particular moment? It kind of feels like you are, but things are unclear. Right. Tell me more. Why are they unclear? So they're showing me the person. So there's a lot of energy of Pisces that's coming through over here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Ooh, okay. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Right. Ooh. So what's with this energy of keeping you at a distance or you keeping them at a distance? So for some of you, what I'm seeing that this is a long-term connection. And I can't understand whether this is one person or two, or it's just like one person being in one mood the one day and then in a different mood a different day. So there's some sort of healing that's happening over here. Okay, so I'm going to say this, guys. If it doesn't resonate with you, choose one of the other options. Because the story that I'm getting over here is that there was some sort of issue when we're talking about a third-party situation. And it kind of feels like you're asking, whether this is your person. Or you're suspecting them of, being involved in a third-party situation. It's almost like you are learning to trust them again. Or you're thinking, should I trust them again? So this could be, for some of you, a story of your ex. A story of somebody who you're with at this particular moment and you're kind of in a situationship. And you're wondering, is this person the one? Have I met my future spouse? We'll take a look in a minute. But this sounds like your story. Keep on watching, because there's this energy of you collecting information and keeping a particular person at a distance. Maybe somebody else is interested in you over here. A very complicated story. Because for a lot of you, you're like, okay, so either this relationship has ended or you're thinking about ending it. Everything is very much up in the air. There's loads of people involved over here. And now things are undecided with the moon. So it's kind of like, you're like, I think I love them. I think they kind of love me back. Or don't they? It's this energy also for some of you. I feel like something feels like it has ended before it has begun. And you're like, well, what the hell? I was really looking forward to seeing what this could be, with this person. Let me adjust the light a little bit. For some of you, this is your ex-colleague or colleague. How interesting. For some of you, you fell in love who might be with somebody who might be in a relationship. Okay. And now you're like lost in thought. You're trying to do the right thing. What fell apart? What is falling apart over here? Show me. Are you waiting for somebody to get divorced? Or are you making a decision to get divorced? Or to get separated? Or to go your own separate ways? It's almost like you haven't made up your mind over here, guys. Because there's like 1,000,001 pieces of information that's floating around. And it's a very complex story. I mean, it's difficult for me to read it. I can only imagine how difficult it is for you to be in it. Okay. And I think you're kind of like at this, basically at a crossroads where you're like, I don't know what to do. You're trying to heal yourself, but it's this energy of still not being chosen. And there's still hope. There's still hope from your side, that this could work. But at the same time, you have a lot of like anger and criticism and resentment. And you're thinking, okay, well, this needs to end, and then something begins again. So it's kind of like this energy of, that you deserve better. But at the same time, there's somebody that you can't let go of, like this particular person. And you might be looking at this reading and asking, whether this is the one, whether you already know your future spouse. Because guys, if you're single right now, let me say this is not your option. Choose one of the other two. Because here, this is a very, very specific story. And you might be surrounding your friends, but some of them are frenemies. And it's this energy where, you might be going out, trying to do things to forget this situation, but that at the same time, you have loads of people telling you loads of things about this particular person. But it seems like you can't make up your mind. Because there's definitely something lacking over here. There's this energy of disappointment with the person. Utter disappointment. And you're keeping them at a distance. But they're looking at you in one way or another. Let me say this. But there's somebody else who's involved over here. So it's either a third-party situation, guys, or somebody is meddling in this whole situation that's happening over here. Somebody is definitely meddling. Why? They're not even telling me why. There's no exact reason. There's like loads and loads of reasons. For somebody, it's just a competition. For somebody, it's something along the lines of this person not being right for you or you not being right for them. To be honest with you, I keep hearing a lot of voices. And they're all saying different things. And I'm almost seeing like you writing a message and deleting it, you writing a letter to this person and tearing it up. And the funny thing is that they do the same. They do the same. Okay. Let me go ahead and take a look, you know, whether this person is the one and you're still going to end up with them, or if it's somebody new coming through over here, because there's so many like complicated things that are going on over here. Here I was thinking I'm going to do a nice simple reading. And not with you, my lovely option number one. Not with you. Not with your situation. Anyways. Have you already met the one? Is this person the one? Or is it going to be somebody completely different? Okay, so it's very interesting. I'm getting PRB as initials over here. They're literally showing me somebody who could have been born in 86, 89. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energies coming through very strongly. Aries. Hello, Aries. So this is how I see the situation progressing, to be quite honest with you. There's going to be this person and then another person comes through. So I'm going to make it clear which one is which, because this person, it kind of feels like they're going to offer you something over here. But at the same time, you're meeting somebody new who is more mature and who comes in with clearer intentions. Okay. Because see, here I'm seeing that you guys are going to make up your mind about something. Again, Taurus energy very strongly. Okay. So what I'm seeing over here, my darlings, there's going to be some sort of trip that's coming up that has something to do with your money, that has something to do with your work. Why is it? Why is the trip important? It brings you some sort of new contract, new information, a new chapter. And here you are choosing. Here you are choosing between two people. They're telling me love makes you strong. Okay. I keep getting, you know, with my intuition, you guys really want this person that you're asking about to be the one. It's almost like I feel this resistance. And the cards are kind of suggesting that it doesn't look like it. It doesn't feel like it. Have you already met the one? Okay, I'm going to say this. Yes, you have already met the one. This is not the person who you might be thinking about, but it's also somebody you know. This person could be getting divorced, separated at this particular moment. This person is, I don't know, he's either in, he or she, they're either in your friend zone, or you're not looking at them, or you haven't been looking at them as a potential partner. Right now, things are up in the air. Yes, you know them, but there's something along the lines of needing to figure things out when it comes to their family. And you needing to tell your frenemies to piss off, because there's lots of people who are basically lying to you. So yes, you have met your future spouse. It's not the person that you're necessarily thinking about or asking about. But you already know. You already know. Really quickly, let me see when they're going to come through. Unknown. Why unknown? Depends on your decision. Depends on your decision. They're saying as soon as you make the decision to move forwards to toxicity, the person that you're meant to be with, they're going to become more active. They're going to reach out towards you. Okay, that's what I see for you, my lovely option number 1. If you're up for a personal reading, send me an email. The email is in the description box below. Do check my Patreon page out with over 150 exclusive videos on different topics. Alright guys, take care now. Bye. My lovely option number 2, and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy as I'm shuffling the cards and recovering from drama from option number 1. So for you, my dears, I'm going to be using the romantic tarot. I'm using different tarot decks for different options today. We're taking a deep dive. Concentrate on you, say your name out loud or in your head, helps you connect to the energies of the reading a little bit better. And let's take a look at your story. Do you already know the one? Have you already met them? If not, how and when you're most likely to meet? What could be standing between the two of you? Okay. So it's quite interesting because they're telling me that you, my lovely option number 2, you're starting to feel more attractive. You're starting to feel more adventurous. For a lot of you, you've accepted your age, your build, your so-called flaws over here. I really like that energy of the Queen of Wands because it's feeling sexy, feeling good within your skin, within your own skin, right? Regardless of how you look, regardless of how old you are, and so on and so forth. Regardless of the old stories, regardless of, the expectations, you're like, whatever, I don't give a shit. I look good, I feel good, I'm ready. I'm not going to wait and postpone love until, something happens, like, whatever. Yeah, it's good. All right. I'm liking the energies that you're in at the moment. You're in a romantic mood, okay. So very much like option number 1. Maybe you are kind of considering somebody. Maybe you're asking about somebody in particular. For some of you, for others of you, this is the energy where you guys are more, I would say, open to romance, inclined to be swept off of your feet. Maybe, quite, possibly, yes. There's this energy of like a secret admirer, but you kind of know this person likes you. You kind of know. You know. Are you in a long distance relationship with somebody? Option number 2. Libra energy coming through very strongly. Or do you want to be in a relationship with somebody who's a Libra? Let me see what's going on over here. I see some sort of disappointment over here. You guys maybe, there's a little bit of a crush that you're having on somebody right now. I'm going to say this, and again, bear in mind that this is a general reading. I'm going to say this, guys. The person that you're crushing on is trying to make himself or herself look like the King of Pentacles, whereas in reality, they're not. They're not. They don't have as much money, they're not as mature, they're not as stable, they're not as ready to commit. They're not who they they want you to think they are. So if it's a little crush, definitely not this person, because they will try to manipulate you. They will try to prove that they're right in all sorts of ways. You know, if you've been wondering what sort of relationship you would have with this person, and they're saying you wouldn't like it very much. You wouldn't like it very much. And they're showing me somebody new over here. They're showing me somebody new. So for you, my lovely option number 2, it feels like no, you have not met your future spouse yet. So let's get to the interesting part. Why don't we go ahead and take a look how and when you're most likely to meet, and the stuff that we can find out about your future spouse. In my private readings, I do have like a whole separate reading on the future spouse, how you will meet, when you will meet, what they look like, their character traits, like a full-on 40 minutes of just me channeling the energies of your future spouse. If you guys are interested, you can always send me an email. So obviously in this reading it's going to be a little bit shorter, but I will try to get you as much info as possible. Alright, you and your future spouse. Do you still have a long time to wait until they burst into your life, or you burst into theirs? You never know. You never know. You know what, guys? Honestly, for you, option number 2, I feel, I don't know, maybe it's just a stage or an age or something like this. But you're more in that state of mind where you want to experience passion, you want to experience lust, you want to experience flirtiness, right? You're in that mood. And it's almost like you want to skip this stage. And the cards are kind of saying don't. Don't try to skip this stage where you want to awaken your sexuality, where you want to explore your options. Are you ready to settle down? Yes, okay. You're telling me you are on a deep level. So I'm going to say this, guys. This stage is very, very important. This stage, you know, of where you kind of explore. And I know a lot of you, you're like, I want to explore this with my future spouse. And for a lot of you, this is what I see happening. This is what I see happening. That there's going to be this beautiful chemistry that has a lot to do with passion, that has a lot to do with sex, that has a lot to do with sensual energy. So it's quite possible that, you know, for a lot of you, you and your future spouse, you're going to have this Kundalini awakening with them. But yes, you're ready to settle down. The cards are telling me yes. Okay. For you, also my lovely option number 2, it's very important for the person to be financially stable. Fair enough, fair enough. I think you have gone through a stage where maybe you've dated people who were struggling, and you realized that it was very difficult for you. Very difficult for you. Okay. And that's why your future spouse is coming through as an emperor. Okay. So let me say this. When we're talking about your future spouse, we're talking about somebody who is very, I want to say self-made. Like your future spouse is going to be self-made. And they're already going to have a particular level of income. Right. Show me more. You meet at a place where competitions are held. Something that has to do with competitions. It could be a sports event. It could be something that has to do, I don't know, with wrestling, like a wrestling arena, or something where there's exhibition of strength and talent. Interesting. And they're telling me it's going to be for life. Okay. So for a lot of you, what I'm seeing is that you guys are going to be meeting your future spouse within the next 10 months, right? And afterwards, if you do want children, if you're still at an age where you can have children, you're going to get pregnant pretty much straight away. Pretty much straight away. All because of what? Because there's going to be a lot of passion over here. So the chemistry between you and your future spouse is going to be crazy. Can't get your hands off of one another. So, if you're not ready, just keep that in mind. That you're going to be in this energy of being extra fertile, or your partner. Okay. Show me more. Strong Aries energy. Somebody from the past is going to come through being extra jealous. Extra jealous. It's as soon as you meet your future spouse, people from the past are going to be coming through. I'm not going to say, nothing along the lines of the universe is trying to test you, whether you've learned your lesson. I see that you're smarter than that. Yes, you have learned your lesson. It's just that when your future spouse comes into the picture, you emotionally completely detach from certain people. And they will feel it on a subconscious level, and they'll come calling back and be like, hey, are you still interested? Are you still available? Can I still munch on your gorgeous energy? And no, piss off. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Full stop and click send. And this is what I see for you. Because you're meeting your soulmate over here. And this is a completely different person. And this person is going to be your friend, your lover, your confidant, and somebody who is incredibly, I know this is going to be important for a lot of you, incredibly loyal. Because it feels once your future spouse falls in love with you, that's it. It's almost like the past doesn't exist. Because the same thing is going to be happening to them. As soon as you meet, you will start seeing oh my God, their ex is texting them, calling them, driving past their house, being creepy or whatever. And you will be able to trust your future spouse. And this is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. But there's something along the lines of taking you down the memory lane. Oh, interesting. They're telling me there's going to be a lot of coincidences that you are going to have together with your future spouse, having visited the same place at the same time. Maybe knowing certain people, same people, liking the same sort of music. Wow, okay. The sun and the star. It's something that's meant to happen, guys. They're saying don't fight it. It's something that's meant to happen. This particular reading has a lot to do with divine timing. And it does feel like you and your future spouse are going to move somewhere abroad. They're telling me that your future spouse could be from a different country. Quite possibly so, from a different country. Okay, anything else that I need to add over here? So for my ladies watching, what I'm seeing is that you are going to be able to literally open up to being... Let me phrase this correctly. I have to be really careful in phrasing this. So when I'm talking to my lovely ladies, there's a lot of repressed femininity over here. Maybe you had to act out of your masculine energy for a very long time. And it's going to sound weird, but it's like you never got to be the woman you wanted to be. And there's a lot of power in your feminine energy, whatever it means to you. And with your future spouse, you get to be the woman you always wanted to be. To translate your femininity into your power, into your passion, into your vulnerability. I can't even put it in words. It's just a feeling that you get. That you can be the woman you wanted to be. Because now you feel comfortable, you feel understood, and you feel accepted. And that's very, very important. Also for you, my lovely option number 2, I feel like before you were in relationships where you were criticized a lot for doing something wrong. Like, you know, that sort of relationship where whatever it is you do, you washed the dishes wrong, you cooked the food wrong, you were talking to somebody in the wrong way, you didn't dress the right way, you know what I mean? And it's like you kept hearing this a lot. With your future spouse, it doesn't happen, both for males and females. There's very, very little criticism, and the criticism is constructive. And constructive criticism is when you ask for it, and when it makes sense, and when it's not damaging. When it actually helps you see certain things, but it's done in such a beautiful and loving way, in such a respectful way. Again, 10 months. 10 months. If you have children, by the way, if you already have children, they're telling me not to worry about how your children will accept the new person. They will love them. Especially if it's a woman coming into your life, right? You know, if you're a widower watching this, they're just going to love that person coming in. A widow or a widower, don't worry about it. It's going to go smoother than you think. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Okay, my lovely option number 2. That's what I see for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated with your beautiful selves. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you're out for personal readings, send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So is the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts on personal readings, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. Alright guys, take care now. Bye. My lovely option number 3. My amazing white hearts. And welcome to your reading. Get comfy. As I'm shuffling the cards, say your name out louder in your head. Helps you connect to the energies of the reading a little bit better. So when it comes to your option, I'm working with the Wizards Oracle and the Oracle Tarot. I'm using different tarot decks for different options today. Both number 1 and number 2 are quite intense. So I'm just going to have a second to get my thoughts together, recenter my energy, and see whether you guys have already met your future spouse, whether you know this person already, and if not, when and how you're most likely to meet, and any information that we can get from your future spouse. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. So I see a lot of intuitive people over here. A lot of very, very good looking people over here. Amazing connection to the spirit world. Amazing connection. And what I'm saying over here for you, my lovely option number 3, is that you have options, but these are not the options you want to consider. So it's either somebody who comes in with passive aggression, either somebody who comes in and they're like getting you a one-way ticket on an emotional roller coaster. You have a very good idea about your future spouse already. A very good idea. Let me say this, for some of you, this is going to be somebody popular. Somebody popular, famous, with a lot of presence on social media, a large following, and also somebody who is very good looking. For some of you, my darlings, you're marrying a model. Okay. I do see a little bit of an issue with this, to be quite honest with you. The cards are saying that for some of you, and this is for some of you, if it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, don't. This could be a very strong protection mechanism where you're protecting yourself from the hurt that you think love might bring by creating an ideal person. And it's very important right now, the cards are saying, to allow the idea of somebody imperfect coming into your life, because they're going to be perfect for you. You might be, like those those people who have a list of like 65 points of what their future spouse must be or has to have, or so on and so forth. You're not going to get somebody exceptional. I'm going to tell you this, but be careful that you're not creating some sort of image that nobody living can fit. There's going to have to be compromise. In any way, there will have to be some sort of compromise. But you are getting somebody exceptional, I must say this. And for a lot of you, you are getting somebody who is very artistic. Artistic, connected to cinema, music, creativity, spirituality. Okay, so, and you, for a lot of you, my lovely option number 3, you want a foreigner. Okay. Let me see what else the cards are going to say. Some of you might be mixed race or come from 2 different backgrounds. I am seeing a lot of you who have a very interesting mind. Very interesting mind. Some of you speak a couple of languages. You've lived in a couple of countries, maybe more. Okay, so you do have somebody in your friend zone, but you're like, no, this is not the person that I want. But let me say this. I do see somebody who is a very good match for you, not romantically, but as a friend. So I wouldn't doubt their intentions when it comes to friendship. Because here, somebody has your best intentions at heart. Yeah, they're telling me you tend to protect yourself with creating maybe an imaginary relationship in your head, or a relationship maybe with some sort of star, right? A wink, wink. And this is the way to protect yourself. And this is a very important message, like I said, for some of you. If it doesn't resonate with you, please don't try to convince me otherwise, guys. Please don't. It's just not meant for you. Whoever feels like this is for them, this is the message for them. And you, my darlings, are empaths. Empaths. So it feels like this is really, the way to protect yourself. Okay. Very strong influence when it comes to your ancestors. Both positive and negative. I think you're working on that. A lot of you're working on that. Hoping not to repeat a pattern that might have been filled with a lot of pain and disappointment. But again, for some of you, you're trying to not repeat that pattern by creating a person that might remain an illusion. But I do see, even if you do that, I see you breaking free from that. I do definitely see you breaking free from that. Okay. So there's somebody really special who the universe has in store for you. And I must say, you, with your abilities, with your spirituality, with your intuition, you almost have the power to bend the universe to your will. How very interesting. I'm talking about manifestation powers. I'm talking about talking to your future spouse, I don't know, in 5D, in dreams, in meditation, and things like this. But why do I keep getting that some of you, you're very afraid of your dreams becoming a reality? Very afraid. Well, I'm guessing because you're an empath. I'm guessing because you don't want to experience a very... like, you know, it takes you a very long time to recover. For some of you, I must say, you have grown up or had to deal with a very, very, nasty narcissist over here. Maybe not even one, but two. But let me say this. Let me say this. Some of you, you fell for a married person. Okay. You really felt it was your soulmate. Okay. And you may be repeating the pattern. You're like, oh my God, every time I think that this person is the one, they're married. What the hell? They're married or they're taken. Okay. Maybe you yourself are already divorced. There's this energy, you know, of having had high hopes for a particular person and it hasn't worked out. Okay. So have you met your future spouse? Do you know them? They're telling me things are going to speed up over here. You're going to fall in love soon. Or you might already be like catching feelings for somebody. There's lots of things that are happening behind the scenes. And I must say, for a lot of you, you haven't met your future spouse, but you met somebody who will lead you to them. You met somebody who will lead you to them in one way or another. Because they're telling me here the path is not a straightforward path. It's not like from getting from A to B. It's getting from A to B to C to D to E to F and so on and so forth. So that's why I was very drawn to tell you guys that don't kind of shield yourself away from people who you know like you, but you don't want to be with them romantically. Because they know you don't want to be with them romantically. You already friend-zoned them. But stay with that connection without obviously giving them false hope. Anyways, I'm not going to preach. You know exactly what to do. You're all grown. But there's this energy with the cards that just suggesting that somebody's going to lead you to your future spouse. And your future spouse is somebody who's quite popular, is somebody who is, I want to say, a star for some of you. I am getting a lot of Aquarius energy that's coming through. And Scorpio energy, of course, the Scorpio energy. Right. So, it kind of feels like you guys are going to be introduced. You guys are going to be introduced to your future spouse. Right, let me see when it's going to happen. For a lot of you, at the beginning of the year. So I'm getting January, February. So for some of you, it's next year. For others of you, I feel like this could still be happening up until the end of this month. So either or, because this is a general reading. And you're being introduced. Yeah, there we go. There's the introduction. You're being introduced by a friend at some sort of event. For some of you, it's a concert. Interesting. Concert. For some of you, this could be a bar, a nightclub. Some of you did some sort of ritual lately. They're telling me it's going to work. Some sort of ritual you did lately, it's going to work. Before that happens, they tell me for some of you, there's going to be a change in job that might lead you to a different location, a different place. Maybe that's why they were showing me that your future spouse is at a distance with the star. Collaboration over the internet is also indicated. So it's quite possible that you're being introduced to this person, to your future spouse, and you end up working together, collaborating together for quite some time. Could be your teacher. A teacher, a lecturer, somebody who teaches somebody something, courses, things like this. And you'll be thinking whether to relocate. There's going to be some sort of period of waiting, of having to wait. Waiting for what? For clarity, for decisions. You're going to be very attracted to your future spouse. Straight away, right from the get-go. I feel like there's a channeled message over here from your future person. Yeah, from your future person, from your future spouse. All right, let me see. What's the message? Choose a different path. It's okay to outgrow old places. It's okay to outgrow old situations. And this is very important. They're saying it's okay to be different. And they're saying you don't have to prove your worth or value to anybody. Because they're saying once you know that you're a beautiful gem, nothing anybody ever says to you is going to make you doubt that. They're saying this is how I will always see you. Take the chance, you will win. Like, look at the amount of chances that are coming through over here. The Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. And they're saying that you will win. And deep down, you already know the answers. Let the adventure begin. There's something along the lines, you know, guys, of maybe not having enough money right now, of struggling financially. They're saying that this is going to end soon. Saying live your life now. feel as if you have won already. And don't be afraid to stand out. And don't be afraid to stand out. Okay, my darlings, that's what I see for you, my lovely option number 3. Don't forget to claim the magic of this reading down in the comments below. If you're up for a personal read, send me an email. It's in the description box below the video. And of course, do check my Patreon page out with more over 150 exclusive videos, additional discounts on personal readings, and much, much more. Alright guys, take care now. Bye.